Hello, my name is Heather Stone, and I'm an art and animation student at the University of Advancing Technology. And I will be showcasing all my work pertaining to my degree objective. So here is my website. We're going to go to boards, and we'll start off with the first objective. So the first objective is to demonstrate and communicate aesthetic skills and choices based on traditional art theories and current game development practices and next generation research. So for the first example, I just wanted to create, it was fun looking over the color theory facts and history. So there's a couple of paintings done by famous artists. And so basically for objective one demonstration, I have I'll be demonstrating my strong skills in perspective and color theories. These are just basically sketches and drawings and um, assignments I had to do throughout my course or throughout my time at UAT. Um, this is a form of, anatomy form, and I use Photoshop. This one was a really good, fun class that I took. This is just giving perspective, drawings that I did, and that references, the traditional drawing aspect in the objective. Um, um, Drawings, and then this gave a perspective on the value and color scales and light and shadow theory, and this one as well. It's the overall overall perspective. So I'm going to go to the next one, objective two. Objective two, conceptualize and generate pre-production art assets through pre-visualization and prototypes usable for multiple game platforms. So I will be demonstrating my skills in pre-production. I've included characters, environments, props, UI, a bunch of storyboards. And here's a storyboard. This was an ancient environment class I had to do. Examples of color theory, props, weapons, and the overall finish. Objective. It inspired, the direction and leader and development. The poses in the beginning inspire animation, a lot of concept arts, and I think that fulfills objective two. Objective three, create 2D and 3D art assets such as character props, textures, environment elements, terrain, as example terrain, ecosystems, architecture, and skybox, and collision objects for future prototyping, fully optimized utilizing industry standard software tools and platform guidelines. So I did a mixture, or I did all of the displaying of 2D and vector art. I've included characters, creatures, environments, vehicles, and props. Um, so for the first one, I did a pixel art of Ant, and all using Construct and Photoshop and Sprite Maker. This was a really fun project. This was the beginning of starting game design, art animation. This is a lumberjack with the axe and all the little assets that I had to provide for my environment, monsters, and then I have two videos to show you the walkthrough of the playthrough of the game. Um, And with the 3D art assets, this will just show off the entire pipeline, um, wireframes, unwraps, and texture maps, low and high pipeline characters, 3D finished characters, um, as Substance Painter, and this was the environment layout I had to make for an ice cave in one of my projects. Wagons, icicles, walls, and this was the finished layout. This definitely shows off, fulfills objective 3. Objective 4, create 2D and 3D keyframed and motion capture characters, environmental and FX animation assets appropriate for use in game projects utilizing industry standard software tools, pipelines, and platform guidelines. So 3 and 4, basically the kind of the same thing. I used my zombie ant game that I created in Construct. Just pretty much the same creatures. As far as the pixel art shows. And this is the 3D and lip sync animation character that I made. This shows the whole pre-production character with fully rigged and retargeting and facial rigging. I've included a little video of him singing. I had to make animation loops and facial rigging for his mouth and his head. So that fulfills objective 4. Objective 5, just within a production pipeline, adapt, export, integrate, and optimize game art and animation assets, including shaders and lighting, into 2D and 3D game projects within the confines of project game engines, tools, and other constraints. So this is just basically making something that's a functional prototype. What I use is my SIP project that I made called the Book of Gates. It was a really fun project. I'm looking forward to completing this because it is a fully functional game. I created many levels and symbols and players and portals and coding. It's got all the bells and whistles of everything that fits into integrating a fully optimized game into a game engine. I used Unreal for this project. I got some more time. Okay, I got Objective 6, establish collaboration and mentorship and professional leadership skills by working with other disciplines to deliver highly polished and completed projects. So for the first one, I wanted to demonstrate, this was the first project I worked on in a group setting. I collaborated with 5 people in this group. It was a really fun time because it was my first step into the game world as far as pre-production project. And this was a game that we created called the Loot Seekers. Um, I was the I was the acting game designer. I created these cards in paint.net, and by the end of the 5 weeks, we had a fully functional card game project. And there's a video, and it was my first stepping stone in working in a group where our main communication was Discord. We took all our roles very well and seriously, and I think that showed a level of teamwork and leadership. For my next one is basically a more highly polished, complete game. This was the game production studio I was a part of. I was hired to I was hired to be the go-between in designing an animation. It's called the Escape Room. I was really impressed with this game when they took me on. I had to create a Neiman Lion. I had to create these orbs that were used in the game. And I also had to reanimate this mouse to go under the clock in the game. And it was also my first time using Gitkraken, Trello, documenting all the work, putting it into the Unity engine. This was the team, and this was the final mouse animation project, but it also had to be more of a moving mouse. And that's where I took on the role for that one because the mouse would get stuck, but it just had to look more of a livable, realistic type of mouse. Yeah, that was a really fun project to work on. I, I used Unity, 3D, S Max, Maya, and Photoshop. It was a lot of project within the 5 week span. So that definitely fulfills this objective 6. And that is all. I hope I did a good, I did well with an explanation for my objectives. And thank you.